For each of the topics, just measure the topics and say this is exactly what I gained. If you can do it, just wave your hands. If you can, no, wave it very well. Going. Raise it. 1. Who else is trying? 2. You want to try? I like to start with you. Yes.
My name is Adeyake Kende Victor. I'm SS2. I'm from Obakiele Memorial High School. That year, we spoke about
Actually, your dad is not here. I know everybody here, so yes.
Mr. John Oluwatobi.
Good. You told him.
I said you say.
Okay, good. Go ahead. Yeah, that's what you should do.
Mr. John Oluwatobi spoke about the purpose of contents. So
the purpose of content. 1. I was not trying to say you are correct, but let's follow up with you. 1.
So what I learned in what he said is that
use the mic.
What I learned in what he said is that everything we are doing in this life, we should always we should always focus on it.
All right, you can move to the next person if you still want to say something.
Okay.
We need to be fast, you know. In fact, there is a meeting that the church has a meeting.
Talk about Mr. Ebenezer.
Yes.
Ajisafe.
No.
Mr.
Ebenezer Ajayi.
Okay, Mr. Ebenezer Ajayi. And actually, I didn't remember the topic it was about, but
yeah, I think you can pass the mic now. Who else is trying?
My name is Adeyake Taiwo. I'm from Obakiele Memorial High School. I want to talk Adebis.
Yes.
She taught them topic which says digital marketing.
Okay.
And the digital marketing is a lot of I love adding going on pages and stuff like that. But since she said that we should be careful, so I liked a lot what she has been saying, and how to create pages, how to start videos. So
all right, that's one. I said each of them, yes.
Okay, Mr. Ebenezer.
Mr. Ebenezer, yes.
Ebenezer Ajayi. He taught on transiting.
Okay.
I don't remember. But the topic is transiting is a movement from one place to another.
Okay, do you still want to say something?
That's all.
What about the first speaker?
I don't remember.
You can't remember? All right, who is trying again? Let's pass the mic right down time. Yeah.
My name is Amusa David. I'm also a student of Obakiele Memorial High School. I'm first going to start with Mr. John Toby.
Yeah.
He taught us on the topic, the purpose of creativity.
Okay.
What I picked from it was that literacy and creativity are all equal in man's life. So before you create something, we need knowledge, wisdom, and understanding everything we do in life. And to Mr. Ebenezer, he talked about, what I learned from him was that in everything we do in life, we should put God first. Like, he shared his experiences with us that when a lady was like, we Christians were looking for a way to get money for a quick share, but he fought for what he knew was right. That's what I like about him. And Miss...
All right. At least you like something about him.
Mrs.
Adebisi.
Yes. Miss Adebisi, when they were like, she want to talk about digital marketing, I was really excited. Like, I also wanted to learn about digital marketing, but about, she really encouraged me a lot. Like, she...
From the encouragement, what did you bring out?
Like,
What stood out for you in this session?
that we should go with quality, not quantity.
What does that mean?
It means that some people, they post,
All right, that's
they post some brands, but those brands, like, for example, now you may say I want a gold DM, but when you now send to the person, it may not be pure gold. So it's now showing some calamities between you and the customer. That's another piece of thing.
You are not, you holding the microphone, say something to it.
Actually, my name is Abakri Michael.
Good.
So the first speaker, Sir John Olato, he talks on purpose of creativity.
Yeah.
So he said for us to be creative, we should have the mentality that when we really want to work under someone or you want to just make money, but for us to be creative, you must just like this person that made this thing, trying to write that thing. So you should have the mentality that is not that to use what other people has made, but try to be innovative in order to make our own too. And the second speaker, Ajayi, he talks on targeting for, I think, to global. I didn't get that the new topic.
Okay.
And I was not around the week, so I'll talk on the last one. The last one was Mrs. Adebisi. She talks on digital marketing. So she defined digital marketing as the way of who's online. She also gave us type of digital marketing, something like social media, email marketing.
All right.
The video.
Why were you passing the microphone to him? You see, because that's an issue. When they were passing the microphone, he took it and was about to hand it over to his friend. Why were you doing that?
The reason was that about the topic, so that's why I don't bother to talk about it.
A lot of times you don't trust yourself. I've gone for a quiz before and I messed up the entire constituency because I was seated beside a guy that we put all our trust in. So they asked us a question. Sincerely, I was not listening. So I said, it should answer. That's Mura Paladi, that just relax in that. We said, if I didn't use my brain, the moment they sent me and you were absent, I just told them, I said, you are in charge, you win award there. I don't compete with people. So I sat down. They asked the question, I didn't hear. So he forgot. He could be online now. I now say he should answer now. The moment he was not answering, I woke up. I didn't know what I wanted to answer. So I was looking at the man like this. I said, yes. I picked that. He said, what's in that option? Me, I don't know again. He read the question again. I was not listening to the time when. By the time they rang the bell, because the question was read again, that was the simplest question we were asked. I felt so sad. Honorable Talis Apalo, some of our guys, they know him. He was in that program that day. He was at that program. He called my name from where he was sitting. Wale Kilonshe. Because the moment they read rejoicing, that trophy was coming in that day. I was not listening because my hope was in another man. So the question they asked, Alice knew that I knew it too well. If you can still remember now. But me, I didn't hear the question. And why I did not listen was because it's a lesson that you have to take away from this place. So the best things are for other people except themselves. Every other person there except me. That's how some people avoid relationships. I said the girl is too much. If a girl is a girl, they will approach the girl there and say, forget it. Will it lead what you are carrying? We are in charge, my friend. So, anyways, you still want to say something? I want to see the one on whose the shoulder, on whose shoulder the whole of the entire Obaki school is from the same school, right? Yeah. Because it's possible they have known each other and say, this guy, when it comes to something, I don't struggle with him. So the hope of this school is on you now. Please go ahead and deliver. Can we celebrate him as he's about to deliver the mandate?
My name is Isaac Ubebe. I'm a Obaki SS2 student. Well, I will start from the first speaker, which is Pastor John Uluatobi. The market in the topic of creativity. There is something which I learned, an aspect which he said about, talk about that whatever I've been in a system before is as a product of someone's creativity. So what I learned is that I can make something out of my own that is different from other people. Things that people have never even imagined, but have never been outside, I can make it. And the second speaker, Pastor Ajepi, talked about transiting to the other years. Out of all what it said, what you are did, no matter what you do, whatever you are doing, you have to back up yourself with prayers. Because you have to trust something. Is whatever you trust in, that is what I will carry you. Trusted in Jesus is what brings him to where he needs to be. So you have to trust in someone, in something for you to be where you are. And the third speaker, Sister Adebisi, she talked about digital market. What I learned when you are creating a video, you don't just create a video, you have to let it be educational. Apart from being educational, it must be a spiritual movie that people must learn from, that they must have the insight. It's not just a movie, it is an engaging movie that when they watch, they want to be able to go out and advertise.
All right. I think yourself, the three people that I think he spoke and almost concluded everything with him. Who else again? No, you did not. Okay. Himself. Yeah. The rest of you should please go back. Let's celebrate them. The remaining people should please wait. Because of time, we have taken so much time. I mean, with them, I was thinking we have just one or two guys that will pay for the WAEC as just a means of encouragement to them as they go on with life. But I don't know how much WAEC costs now. All right? But in that way, is any of your teachers here? No. Do you have idea of how much the people ahead of you paid? For the WAEC, I'm not saying your school attachment. There are schools that want to do malpractice and you pay for it. I'm not paying for that. So, yes, they add it to... Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In your school. Okay. Okay. No problem. At this, if you are even at next year, that's not a big deal. I think let us take this session. Mola, just take their names and their private contacts. Whatever the amount they are paying for WAEC is not something we should be racking our head about. Then you can please. And you can call us publicly if it's like you do Facebook Live and say they give us audio money. All right. So, like I said, we have come to the end of the meeting, but something happened somewhere recently, and I told my wife that we have to say something around it. When an hospital, a 27-year-old young man, the way she works, died. And in the recent time, vibrant guys will just die without anybody killing them. Fine, you can say it's spiritual. So I ask questions. But these are guys who, looking at them, they are vibrant, they can think well. And one of the summary that I want to bring out there, and that's what she's going to speak about just I've told her, I said, you are my wife, you can sacrifice your session. I said, but we can't remove it. I won't do that too, because the time was allotted to her. But what you want to talk about is, by the time she's done, you will know why. She wants to talk about my earth and high. Why people who are creatives die young sometimes, it's not spiritual. You can work yourself to death when you are now very productive to a level. And let me take in the session she wants to take. I don't know how she's going to do it, but she's going to help us to manage the time. We really apologize for we are already behind schedule, but the values people were giving to us also couldn't make us discontinue them. I'd like you to celebrate with me, Mrs. Folashade Ajishafe. And in case you are not aware, that's my wife that I married. Yes. Thank you so much. I celebrate you, woman of God.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know our time is fast-paced. I'm not with my notes. Maybe in 10 minutes' time, I'll just cite examples. And hey, Ozakimote, yeah, don't mind me. I want to celebrate the men of God in the house. And first and foremost, I want to celebrate my spiritual parents. Anyway, I'm on a platform like this, I want to celebrate Apostle Femi Lazarus and Pastor Miracle Femi Lazarus for always available for us. And thank you so much, sir, for blessing us. Thank you so much, Ma. Bless you. And to everyone that has joined in this program, we celebrate you. God bless you all. Yeah, I'm with my jota, so I'm just going to, he mentioned that, so I'll start from there. In the next 10 minutes, I'll be done. So one thing I've noticed over time, like I just want to scatter it. I'm not going to be broke with the languages because we have John and Kit here. One thing I've noticed about a few months ago is that diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and the likes, those days when I was in school, they are old people diseases. Do you understand? Old people diseases, diabetes, hypertension, they're always like 50 years and above. But recently, like to my surprise, I noticed that I've been seeing, like, on my word, like different places reading online that we have 23 years old coming with diabetes mellitus, and all those disease conditions cannot, they are I won't say they are terminal disease, but they are lifetime diseases that they just have to manage. Like diabetes mellitus, you see hypertension, we call something cardiomyopathy, that's the heart's going into extinction, like dying. And imagine just a heart that is just functioning for like 23 years, going into extinction, cardiomyopathy. How? Where? Do you understand? But I got answers to these that, see, we are in a jet age, 21st century is a whole lot. It comes with its own challenges, our ozone layer depletion, a lot of things, a lot of food we eat, where we consume and all. Do you understand? So it's quite different from those age where our parents fetch water inside all these pots, even clay pots are medicinal. If you don't know, clay pots are medicinal. Why the normal pots we use in our house, especially the lighter ones we use at home, sometimes over the years can be cancerous to our health? normal pots we use at home. So technology is really doing more harm than good to us, and we don't know. Staring, like looking at your phone, most kids now that even in SS2, the parents get them iPhone 13, iPhone 14, and they can press phone for Africa. They sit down in front of their screen without screen protection and all. You know, all those things have effect on our health. Do you understand? So I'm just going to start from diet. I'll just rush through. Number one, let me talk about diet. Now, a lot of people feed on junks. A lot of people feed on junks. There was a time I met a 22 years old boy on the ward that had diabetes mellitus. How? Like, and this condition, you're going to be with it till maybe 70, 80, 90 years of your age. You keep managing it. You can't eat anyhow. You can't do some things, and how did you come with this disease condition? So I realized that I had to go to him. I spoke with him, and I realized that he has been feeding on junks. No food at all. Chicken pie, sweet this one, sweet that one, chocolate, this one, that one, and that is it. The sugar content got to a level that it could not crash again. So the thing just came up, and it will be like that. So you must watch your diet. See, if you want to create, you want to be this, you've been challenged today. A lot of people go back to their secret places and be so joyful that, oh, I want to do this, I want to take nations for the Lord, I want to take this one for the Lord. You need to take care of yourself. Eat well. Do you understand? So stop taking junks. All these high sugar contents, we consume them a lot. Things like puff, chicken pie. We go on and on to eat a lot of chocolate. Some of us cannot do without chocolate in a day. I have somebody, a kid that can take 2 bottles of Coke every day. That without Coke, I cannot cope. And some of us here, we do that a lot. We can't cope without Hollandia yogurt. You can't cope with this. Water is out of our schedule. And water is the best. Sincerely, you can avoid a lot of disease condition with just water. Yes, you can scale through with only water. Those things, if in fact malaria, if you're down with malaria to a degree that has not entered your body into having like malaria with prostration, you can still cure it with water, just water. Just keep drinking, hydrate yourself, 4 liters per day, water. You'll really scale through. But stop taking junks. You know, be very mindful of what comes inside of you. Be very mindful of what comes inside of you. Your diet is very important. And some of us, we take in a lot of things like, I was speaking with somebody recently, I said, so many of us, we take Aba concoction. I'm going to mention that, and I told that person I would mention it. Aba concoction, Agbo. You understand? And you know, the person was arguing with me at some point that if you are taking paracetamol is not working, just take 1 cup of Agbo and you'll be fine. But let me tell you something, Agbo will not start that day. Aba concoction will not start destroying you that day. But it will take years. It can take 5 years. Then the kidney will shut down. Because 1 cup of Agbo, you know, okay, let's analyze. Like dongoyaro now, that dongoyaro tree, do you understand? It's one of the active ingredients used in making paracetamol. Do you understand? So now, in a cup of 1 Agbo that they are giving you to swallow, you might actually have they might actually extract 20 paracetamol from a cup of Agbo. And the only paracetamol you need is just 1 gram, 2. So most of us, your parents will force you to take 2-3 cups. So while taking it, and at that point, that means you are getting how many paracetamol from 1 cup of Agbo, like 20 paracetamol. And it's not just those 20 paracetamol, we have active ingredients and crude ingredients. The active ingredient is just that 15 paracetamol. There are some ingredients that are so dangerous for you inside that Agbo that are called crude ingredients that you will still swallow together. Do you understand? So when they blend all those dongoyaro, it's not a dongoyaro they used to make paracetamol. When they are doing it, they extract the active from the crude. So they use the active, they leave the crude because the crude can be so deadly to the system. But we cook everything together, put everything, join so many leaves, cook them, and sieve out the food, and you start gulping it down. It will work because you are taking overdose of paracetamol. But with time, the kidney will not be able to make it at some point, and it will shut down, leading to all these nephrotic syndrome, renal diseases. You see somebody go through, and renal, anytime a patient has kidney disease or anything renal, that's the height of it. It doesn't have cure. It's a terminal disease. The patient will be in pain all through the days of his or her life. That is it. And the one thing is that if the patient enters AKI, like acute kidney disease, the only remedy is what we call dialysis. How many of us have heard the word dialysis before? Dialysis is, when a patient has kidney disease, that means the kidney cannot perform. It is the kidney that helps you to sieve your blood and bring out urine. Let me just use that in layman language. The kidney helps you to sieve your blood, bring out urine, bring out everything, join all those waste products and pass it as urine in your body. But people with kidney disease cannot pass out those things inside their blood because the kidney has shut down. So they will now connect that person with a machine. So the machine will bring out the blood from that human, then help to remove the waste and return the blood back to the body. And per session is like 25,000 naira. And the person has to do that at the very least 3 times in a week. So calculate 25,000 naira times 3. Times how many times in a year or in a month. So it will get to a point that the whole money will just PM and the person will go. Without doing it 3 times in a week, the person will have lost the patient like that. Do you understand? 20 years, 27 and all. So be mindful of your diet. Then 2, exercise. Do you understand? It doesn't, I'm not saying you should go to the gym. See, guys, especially our guys, since saying sometimes I'm tired, I can't do this, I can't do that. When Ms. Adebisi was mentioning so many things, and, she was just talking, and my mind was just like, see, she's really doing a lot. She's really doing a lot. And don't you just think, okay, because she's mentioning that she's not doing a lot of things. She's tasking her brain, her hands, her eyes, every part of her body with the fact that she's working from home, right? But a lot of things are happening at the same time. So she needs to take care of her health. So exercise is so good. 2 press up in a day will really help you. So go a long way. You understand? Stop carrying bike from your doorstep to your destination, from your destination. So many of us, we take bike from our doorstep to our workplace. You sit down, live in a sedentary lifestyle. You stand up, eat puff, stand up again, take bike to church, sit down in church, take bike to your house. See, you are punishing yourself. You are relaxing your organs. Do you understand? So please exercise more. It will really, really go a long way for you. And hygiene is very important. Before that hygiene, let me talk about skincare. I want to talk about that as well because that is what is killing most of us. See, children, like adults, young adults are coming down with kidney diseases, it's really much. And one of those things that I've noticed is organic skincare. Like we do it, and everybody shall want to be fair. Everybody wants to be light. Somebody that studied chemistry in school and had F9 is trying to mix chemical for you. I saw a video recently and I was like, God, what kind of nonsense is this? Pouring Hollandia you got into mixture and like skin like milk. Skin like milk, Hollandia you got and a lot of things like goat milk on your skin. Don't you know that your skin have pores? Like all those things, they will enter your skin and enter your kidney. So they'll keep storing themselves inside your kidney and at the long run, the kidney will shut down. So I'm just trying to advise us that please take care of yourself. It is very important. If you want to grow big, if you want to do a lot of things, if you want to take nations for the Lord, you want to stand tall, you want to be this, please take care of your head. It is very important. And I pray the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Can you just touch yourself and make confessions about your health? That I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I do not take junks. I do not take junks. I stop feeding on Gary. You see, now they even named it now, they call it grocery. But Gary, some people can feed on, like I heard of a man that after taking Gary, like he will soak Gary, and it doesn't mean he doesn't have anything at home, and the man is here soaking Gary. You have to tell me that he will take that Gary, and at the end of the day, if he didn't finish it, he will put the remaining inside freezer. You understand? He will go back to it. Even when there is rice, when there is potato, everything at home that he could eat, he will go back to that Gary. Do you understand? So now say it loud. I refuse to take Gary this month. It is well with us in Jesus' name. Thank you so much.
See, my wife is somebody that cooperates with me the most. He even took lesser time than I allotted to her. She told me, said, you have taken people's time. We can leave that. I'm so grateful for the gift of her. No, let me leave it there because I met my wife on the feet. Yes, I didn't meet her in school. We didn't attend the same school at all. So I met her on the field where I was serving God's purpose. Yes. And of course, but no problem. In years to come, we will be seeing some other things. Mr. Ebenezer told me something very powerful. We are done with all the sessions. Said the young people have said things they learned. But some of those communications were classified communications that they can only store some for years to come. But adults are here who can lead these people know exactly what to do. In a minute, I'm not going to call anybody. We want volunteers. 2 adults who will share, not to come and start another session, you know. I know there are top leaders there. With us, the summary of what you are going with from this meeting. Just 2 people that you please signify yourself. Oh, Nurse Akim. No, you used to be Akim, but I know you are married now. Yes, so permit us to do, you know, in my presence, they still call my wife Nurse Adewumi. And I just keep quiet. I said, but you know they are wrong. Tell them. It's not my work to do that. All right. Number 1, the US. Okay, 2. Maybe we should stay with those 2. Okay, you also want to say something? But let's start with these 2 first. Nurse, what's your husband's name, please? Is he here? Oh, wow. Man of God, I celebrate you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. This woman is a worshiper. Yeah, I know her more than the profession she's doing. We celebrate you.
Praise God. Quickly, I want to appreciate all our speakers. Thank you very much for pouring out a lot into us. We appreciate it and we are grateful. Yes, briefly, I was not around when Pastor Ajayi started this message, but when I got in, he said some things, and what I gained is that he said in everything we do, there's a place of trusting in God. And the one that caught my attention most was the place of asking right questions. Asking right questions, that the questions you ask gets you a long way, and that what ideas, the thing you are doing now, in the next 10 years, how will it be done? Yes, he said, how will it be done in the next 10 years? So I had to sit down and say, okay, this is my business I'm doing. In the next 10 years, what's the future of this business? So I've been asking that question, and I know I'll get an answer. Then Pastor Ebenezer, I spoke about transitioning into the global aspect of businesses. I know when he was talking, the thing that struck my mind was when he was sharing his story. And the key factor he mentioned was God. And he said, as a believer, as a business person, a believer, don't let any other thing steal your integrity. Yes, that integrity caught my part. It caught my heart a lot. And for Mrs. Adebisi, when she was talking about digital marketing. I've been struggling with digital marketing because I used to see it as a very big thing. But the thing that caught my mind is she said, take the risk. I'm always afraid of losing money, even in my business. I'm afraid of losing money because if I pay you and you're not doing something. That's when they say, do this. I say, my money, I'm just the manager. But she has spoken that take the risk, take the step. It will always pay off. Even if it's your last couple, but do it in the right way. Get the right people. It's not just taking the risk and your money, fiam. Get the right people to do the ads for you, or you take the risk. So those are the things I learned.
Thank you so much. Number 2.
Praise God. So also I was not here when he started the session, but what I learned is when he talked about. Okay.
Truly you missed. Is the truth. But it's online, so you can continue.
All right, yes. So what I learned when he was talking about purpose of creativity, and he said it is for human flourishing. So he said when you engage yourself in creativity, it makes your mind flourish and your creativity is strengthened. Then he talks about dominion. That if you are not creating, then you are not exercising your dominion as God has commanded. Then in his own session, the one that stood out for me was when he mentioned the aspect of integrity. When a woman was trying to lay emphasis on one mistake or his oversight that he did, and he had to take his stand and say, this is what sustains me. You know, the woman was trying to say, you Christians, this is how you do, and it was not the replacement that is, but the way he took his ground to say, no, if you say something against this aspect, then I would rather sacrifice. So that part stood out for me. Then our own part, saying no, she made mention of paying an influencer on TikTok and getting 7 followers. And she said if she had used that money on Instagram, she would have generated about 5,000 followers. So that means knowing specific location to actually invest on and knowing the results you are getting on. What I'm going to do is, as regards his own, the one I mentioned about him, like I'm a businessman too, I'm a photographer. So at a point, the way he took his ground to defend his faith, in that light also, I would see my creativity in that light as well, and not ever allow anybody, no matter what it will take, to just defend my faith, because that is what sustains me. That's what I'm going on with. Thank you so much.
All right. I think we can have you also. Now we can just balance the whole thing.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. I learned a lot from all the session, but starting from Pastor John, learned that from his session, he said those people who started a trend, that is musician, all the slangs we learn today, they started from the bad thinking of what they've thought. So we as a believer, we should sit down and think, bring up a new trend as a believer that people can also follow in line with, because he said being the head means you are the one who started a thing. The idea came from you first. So being the head does not mean you taking first in something or whatever, but you being the pace setter for that. So being a believer, we need to start something, not just following after what other people have laid down, even though it might be bad or good, but we can also bring us our own creativity by sitting down and thinking, having a thinking time. And also, you said something about praying in the Holy Ghost, that we don't just pray, but when we are praying in the Holy Ghost, ideas are dropped in our mind and we can write them down. I've also experienced something in line of that, because when I was praying, I got idea for business, and it is what is pushing me now. And also for the second session, he said something about global relevance. We don't really just want to be a local champion alone. We should think globally. We should take our business in a global aspect. We should not just be in the ground level only, but we can go higher if we start thinking global relevance. And also from Ms. Adebisi, when she talked of digital marketing, she said she take risk. She spends on adverts. So definitely, if you want your business to be shown in line of many people, you have to pay for adverts. You have to spend on your business, not hoarding and not being scared of taking that risk in business. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, I believe we have had a very great day today. Apostle from Lazarus said something. He said, if truly what you are doing is valuable, you must do everything it takes to get it to the public. If you really believe it's that valuable, then you won't say it should be at the backside. All the fathers that taught us in the body of Christ, that they will be the John the Baptist, and I'm not saying to despise them, they have built what generation coming will learn, that they don't need to come to social media. I'm seeing all of them doing live session now. What if they have started when others started? The world can move on from you. Your content will change, but your reach will be limited. And God's faithfulness will remain with you like that. So it is fine. I want to especially thank everybody. At least one of the things I'm going with is I must not be a reactionary, but a revolutionary. from my town, people who lived the way I lived, they confined them to church. So when I saw that, I'm saying this because some of my guys are here, I knew I was going to affect generations coming behind. So as one of the people who are privileged in church, I participated actively in the students' union. You can't silence me in the Congress, and I was not speaking stupid things. So when I was in final year, they called me, we are online, that I should come and be the president. I was national secretary when I was the president. I said, no, I don't need that. We left. What I was doing, I knew what it will cost. I know some of these guys who were naturally drawn towards me. They won't be people who will not be able to speak in town. In that place, I've had personal mentee, 4 of them become president. And I kept quiet. Because the 4 of them are president, if I speak on those platforms, it carries weight. I have several people who are older than me. Why? I don't need to go and speak in the Congress of the students again. I need to speak with their president. I say, this is what I think you guys are doing. If I don't impose anything on them, but if I have something I want to influence in their tenure, I will sit here in Ibadan and effect it in Ondo State. But every other thing, all these guys, and they are believers, so in case you think they are street boys, all of them, sir, with what they have done in that space, all they will have done, I don't even know, maybe they will just be in town. Because the so-called evangelism, they won't do. So when I see that they are having that, I now call them back. You know that this is where the capacity is better for your influence to be last long in there. Don't leave it. Because I know they're already weighing some of them. That's why I began to teach them that. They are weighing that this one is already posing real politicians. He says, I'm in Abuja, I can't join the meeting tonight. I say, you just left school. They gave you one award as NYC something, and they now made him a chief in one community. So I began to call him chief since then. So what I'm saying is, what you are doing as a person, you are schooling another generation without speaking. And you will need to do yourself that favor, at least to be all you can become, so that men can learn through you. And God will help us in Jesus' name. We want to really celebrate everyone who has been around. Of course, I want to celebrate Apostle Femi Lazarus and Pastor Miracle Femi Lazarus. I like, in absentia, celebrate them with me. And I like you to stand to do that. Yes, I like you to stand to do that. You put them with me. Thank you so much, Sir Ma, for all that you do. Because where we stand these days, we won't be able to do this kind of stuff if they don't give a go ahead for it. And this morning, when we wanted to start, I received the text from Apostle. I said, wow, then we are on a good stand. So I'm so grateful, sir. I'm so grateful, Matthew, for everything. I can't share them, so let's leave it. Let's leave those things for now. Not that we'll leave them forever. A lot of them will just say, why this is happening is because of this. We leave you to figure out the rest. All right, and I want to also thank our resident pastor, Pastor Joseph Adelio. Shortly, of course, Pastor will come out to bless us while we leave this when I call him. This facility, you can see the capacity also. You see how we are inside of it. We are not paying a dime for it. The only thing we are fueling is just the generator. So we are not, the church is not obligated to give it to us. It's not. I mean, the church is not obligated. In my own town, if you are so in church and your child want to do what you want to use church on, you will pay. So that was the mindset I have. So I don't like using anything for free. So till tomorrow, I feel, wow, what if your family something for free? Because there, even if you are part of the committee, you say, okay, I'll transfer my own money. You say, okay. That's how they do it there. So everything is free. We want to thank you so much. Pastor has been with us today. There are different meetings. He has been to UI for Tokens meeting. We have different meetings being hosted by members of this church today in the city. And of course, some of our people in the UI. We are so grateful. We celebrate all our ministers. Thank you so much for your support. I want to celebrate my two brothers. I have celebrated who was a resource person last year. And of course, that is Mr. Femi Akinwelu. Thank you so much. I was seeing the comment of your wife. You were sending me messages when we were offline, all those things. We appreciate those things. We don't take them for granted. And you see, while we were contemplating on this backdrop, that what are we going to put there? I just spoke with one of our brothers. It's a minister. When I call them brothers, we are brothers now. I just call them brothers to make them, so that I can take away that their consciousness of this thing. We can talk realities to each other. So I said, man of God, this is what we are thinking about. What do you think we can put here? We can't leave this place as church. In summary, he took it upon himself, not only to give idea, but to pay for it by himself. And that is Engineer Kunle Babayo. And I was surprised yesterday. I was told when I was going to train station, he remained in church because there were 2 programs in church yesterday. He waited till when the two programs were over with his wife. I was not here, the one hosting the program. And they stayed here. So I came to church. I drove to church around 10 p.m. I met the husband and the wife still waiting. Amazingly, this is a doctoral student from 2 universities in 2 nations, and he knows he's not speaking in the meeting. You get what I'm saying, sir? He's not doing that because he's going to hold the microphone today. And I appreciated him especially. I need to say, I said, the wife, you have done so, and I'd like you to help me to celebrate them. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know I saw him at the point, he might have gone out. And Pastor Bumi, Pastor Debbie, we celebrate you all. Thank you for your support. All my people put together, I celebrate you all. I appreciate you. Joshua is doing his introduction today, and Joshua was the major planner of this meeting. So he said he's going to shift his introduction. I said, for what? While we join online or when you come back, you check everything. I celebrate you, Joshua, of course, and your wife. I was supposed to be there, but evidently you know I can't. But your big day, God will keep all of us alive. We are so grateful for everybody. And finally, of course, Mr. Solomon, my brother there, I called him a name. I'm not going to say it publicly. Thank you, thank you. I want you to celebrate the media department with me. Thank you so much, the man of the camera, everybody. We are so grateful. You see, we are not entitled to any of these things in any way. We are not. It is not a right that you should respond when we call upon you. We don't take it for granted, and God himself will raise helper for you also in every aspect. We are one family. This is the way I see it. All of us are doing something that is no big deal, but yet we must not be entitled to it that my people are not showing up. No. Thank you so much. And of course, as I bring everything to a close, once again, I want to celebrate all our resource persons. These are sincere people who have given themselves to value. And I don't take what you are supplied today for granted. On behalf of everyone that you are seeing and the unseen people who have seen these videos, that will still see them in years to come, we want to appreciate you. First, thank you for being people who can be called. Yeah. When you need something, you know that people are scarce. You look around, you say, okay, what can this person supply? I'm so grateful that we can call upon you with ease, and we celebrate you so much. Mr. Eben, Mr. Ebenezer Ajayi, thank you. You've been my boss from 2012. But those days, I remember the first role you gave me in drama, but it's fine. If you still, but I still remember. So, and of course, Pastor John Oluwatobi, that man, his mind is already out of this realm. That's why I like listening to him. When I see him, I want to talk to him. Because people that I talk to, I know they determine a lot about what I think. You should do the same. And I did say thank you so much for compressing that value in just a short moment. In years to come, we'll be showing creatives. We'll have sessions where people who are in creative work and Christians will be doing some things that people will see. They will share their success stories. That's why we introduce her. And I want to thank my wife for even though she spent a very limited time, but of course, I know her. You don't know her like myself. I know what happens at the closed door.